Here is your Radio Theater Channel weekly podcast for download. The RTC still has the very best old-time radio on the live streaming. And if it's music you love, tune in to the RTC Music Channel, where this link and many others are on our website at oldtimeradiolisten.com. Now, here's Jim.
I am your host, Jim Dolan, for this, the RTC Weekly Download. This week, we have detectives, private detectives, and the public ones, i.e. the police. We start off with the adventures of Philip Marlowe and Air for a G-String from 1951. Then acoustically, we will be making the trip to New York for Broadway is My Beat and the George Lane murder case from 1953. Here is the adventures of Philip Marlowe.
Most Saturdays at this time, we spend an exciting half hour of adventure and action with America's public hero number one, Hopalong Cassidy. Well, even two-fisted cowboys take summer vacations when they can, and Hoppy is no exception. But Hopalong and Topper will be back with us riding the CBS air trails again 4 weeks from tonight, September 22nd.
Get this and get it straight. Crime is a sucker's road, and those who travel it wind up in the gut of the prison of the grave. There's no other end, but they never learn.
From the pen of Raymond Chandler, outstanding author of crime fiction, comes his most famous character in The Adventures of Philip Marlowe. Now, with Gerald Moore starred as Philip Marlowe, we bring you tonight's transcribed story, Air for G-String.
There's nothing really wrong with a hot summer. But if some sadist really wanted to bring out the worst in anybody, particularly me, after a steaming day, all he has to do is expose me to air conditioning. Take, for instance, the Broadview Hotel, which was on Olive Street in downtown L.A. It ground out alternating currents of cold air from what could laughingly be called the lobby. I'd revolved through the usual doors and stood squinting into the icy darkness. When my eyes leveled off again, I made my way to the elevators, sinking into the deep piled carpeting up to my hot and cold ankles. By the time I reached room 972, I was in the first stages of a chill. Yeah, air conditioning is a marvelous invention. It guarantees the summer cold for life.
Oh, you're Mr. Marlowe?
That's right. That makes you Mr. Allman, huh?
Oh, come in.
Martin
come in.
Allman?
Come in.
Sure. Yeah, you're nothing like I'd pictured you, Mr. Allman.
Sit down, please, Mr. Marlowe. Pictured me? I don't understand.
Well, all my life I'd heard about Philadelphia lawyers. Somewhere along the line I drew up a mental 8x10 of a... Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. You just don't look the prototype.
Perhaps that's because I'm only a junior partner in the firm, Mr. Marlowe.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
You know, it's an odd thing about prototypes, Mr. Marlowe. They'll trick you.
Oh?
For example, I've always had the idea that men in your... Well, I'll call it a profession.
That's nice of you.
That men in your profession always wore trench coats.
Yeah, well, that's because Bogart looks so good in them.
Yes. Well, about our business together. I'll be here in Los Angeles a few days representing the firm in a number of ways, but while I'm here, I hope to locate a man by the name of Buff Ryan.
Did you say that first name was Buff?
Yes, odd name, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's beside the point. This Buff Ryan, it seems, has inherited a small amount of money from a maiden aunt who passed away some time ago in Philadelphia.
Oh?
According to our information, my firm is executor of her estate. Mr. Ryan came west about a year ago, and until approximately 6 months ago, he could be reached at a Waring Street address in care of a C.A. Douglas. But our correspondence to him there has been returned, marked unknown at this address.
That's the last record you have on him?
Yes, that's the last. We've written to this C.A. Douglas, but received no answer from him. I've called him since I arrived in town. There's been no answer.
Well, maybe they both left town, moved away.
Well, that's possible, of course, but perhaps you'll find that out when you get to checking on Mr. Ryan.
I see. Well, I'm to find him if I can and tell him about this inheritance, huh? By the way, how much is it?
$5,000. Just about Miss Leader's entire estate.
Miss Leader sounds like a comment.
Her full name, you may want that, was Julie Leader.
Julie Leader.
I'm sorry I can't show you a picture of Mr. Ryan. I'm expecting one to be sent out to me while I'm here. Expected it this morning, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, well, maybe a description of him will do. Have you ever seen him?
No. But we were able to find out that he's slightly less than 6 feet tall, light brown hair, straight. Blue eyes, weighed about 180 pounds when he left Philadelphia a year ago. No distinguishing marks about him, according to our description. Oh, yes, and he's about 35 years old.
Well, that's pretty complete. Oh, you better let me have the last address you have on Ryan, too.
Oh, of course. Here. I've written it down for you with the phone number I've been calling.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be handling most of my business affairs right here at the hotel, Mr. Marlowe. I'll appreciate it if you'll check in occasionally. Let me know your progress.
Oh, sure. I'd be glad to.
Say around 3 o'clock this afternoon?
Okay. Tell you everything I know about then. Yeah, but then it might not be a thing.
I know your reputation, Mr. Marlowe. You'll find him, I'm sure.
Oh, don't get me wrong. If he's to be found, I'll probably find him. But I have missed, you know. Just why I should want to rock the confidence of a Philadelphia lawyer, I don't know. Maybe it was because Martin Allman, for all his conservative Brooks Brothers attire, looked too much or not enough like what he was supposed to be. Maybe it was because the East Los Angeles address he'd handed me for Buff Ryan was a cinch to be 30 degrees hotter. It was, too. Waring Street was lined with gray little houses surrounded by small gray lawns dotted with straggling gray trees. The color scheme was the direct result of long years of constant neglect. I knocked a long time on the door of the C.A. Douglas residence. The porch was littered with old papers, an assortment of throwaways and leaves. The only response I got was from a scrawny cat, also gray, who leaped up on the porch rail to spit and yowl at me. I yowled back and walked off the porch in the general direction of my car. That's when I noticed a smaller, grayer house behind this one, on the same lot. And I thought I saw a curtain at the front window move slightly. The cat dogged my steps back to see.
Yeah?
Oh, pardon me, but I'm trying to locate C.A. Douglas. Does he still live in the house in front of you?
I don't know. I haven't seen Mr. Douglas in quite a while.
Oh. You think he moved away?
Maybe. I don't know. How would I know?
I don't know.
Well, look, I'm in kind of a hurry. I'm getting dressed to go to work.
How long have you lived here?
What difference does it make?
Did you ever know a guy named Buff Ryan?
Of course not.
Why, of course not. Why not just know?
Listen, I don't know hardly anybody, and I don't know you, and... now it's the phone. Go away, will you please, mister?
No. No, I don't think
Hello?
I will, honey. She was tall, very blonde, very good to look at. A fresh blue housecoat wrapped around just the way it should. And even after I entered the spotless little living room, the faint aura of her cologne lingered on. I couldn't tell anything about the phone conversation she was having in the next room, but I could tell a lot about her by the several scantily clad pictures of her that greeted me from various points of the room. Yeah, I could tell a lot about her.
Hey, what's the idea? You just can't walk in here. Do you want me to call the police?
Not especially. I was just admiring your pictures.
So?
Yeah, you have exceptional handwriting.
You're pretty nosy, aren't you?
I particularly like this sample where it says, "For Buff, darling, my love, blossom."
Listen, mister, I got things to do, so run along.
How long have you known Buff, honey?
You think I'm kidding about calling the cops? Well, I do it all right, only
Only what?
I'm due downtown at work. Oh, honest, mister, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. You got no right to ask me questions about anything. And nothing says I got to answer.
That's right, honey. You sure don't. Now, where's Buff?
I don't
I'll
know.
drive you downtown and you can tell me all about it, huh?
You're driving me nowhere but out of my mind.
Now, look, I got good news for your boy. He'd want to see me.
Get out.
Okay, Blossom, okay. What time's your first show?
How did you know?
Yeah, I read the papers. And occasionally I've been known to contribute to the cultural progress of Los Angeles. You know, save the burlesque houses. The pictures she'd autographed to Buff had been propped up between my sugar bowl and the salt shaker the Sunday morning before, in the theatrical section of the Sunday paper. Yeah, I didn't recognize her with a house coat on. And all the way back downtown, I reflected on the advantages of being well-read. Well, I parked in a lot on a side street to the north end of Skid Row and stopped for lunch at a newspaperman's hangout nearby. It was almost time for Blossom's first show when I felt fortified enough to walk along the street past the blank stares of the winos and the dank air of the Muscatel missions. Blossom's flag flew above the marquee. Blossom, the flower of burlesque.
How many, please?
One, huh?
There you are, sir.
Thanks. Say, do you think I can get in to see Blossom?
I don't see how you can miss with buying the ticket and all.
No. I mean, I'd like to see her personally in a dressing room. I'd like to talk to her.
Well, I'm sure you have my permission. Whether or not you'll get Blossoms is strictly between her and her moral fiber.
You know something? You're not much help.
You know something? I don't try to be.
I'll miss you.
And here it is, your very last chance before the great show. I'm about to pass among you with these boxes of delicious chocolate candy with the nuts inside. And don't forget with each and every purchase... I beg your pardon, sir? Yes, sir, thank you very much. With the purchase of every box of this delicious chocolate candy with the nuts inside, our very special offer, a genuine gold one with each and every purchase.
He wasn't going to make a killing exactly. There weren't more than 6 guys in the place. I wandered down the side aisle toward a door to one side of the stage and pushed through it. I found myself in a dark, narrow catwalk of the hallway.
The show's gonna be out front, Mac. You guys can't come back here.
Well, this guy did. Where can I find Blossom?
Out front. About 10 minutes.
I'll wait for her back here, thanks.
Look, I can make myself clear if I had got
I wish you would. Your lighting system's very bad back here.
The lights out front where it counts, Mac. Come on, get out.
Take it easy, fella. This is business. I don't like being pushed.
A lot can happen you won't like if you don't get out of here.
You two, you're causing too much commotion. Now get out front where you belong.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Now, look, I don't know who you are.
Well,
but
I can clear that up for you quick, friend. I'm the manager of this theater. Now run along like he
Now,
did.
where can we talk? In your office?
Why should I talk to you?
Because I'm a booking agent. I want to talk to you about Blossom.
She's booked.
Okay, we'll talk about something else. Where's your office?
Hey, now look, the show's starting. We can't stay back here. Follow me.
Hey, Jerry,
You sure have a bunch of art lovers in the audience.
Sure. It's a class show. Come on, through this door. Now then, you're no booking agent, so what's on your mind?
Blossom, and what's your name?
Ballou, George Ballou. Why?
Would it mean anything to you if I told you that Buff Ryan's Aunt Julie died in Philadelphia and left him $5,000?
Wouldn't mean a thing.
Wouldn't, huh?
No.
That's funny. Because you're the first one who'd fit the picture.
What picture?
Slightly under 6 feet tall, light brown hair, straight, blue eyes, about 35 years old, weigh about 180.
And what are you trying to prove? That you can see me?
Maybe. So my Philadelphia message doesn't interest you, huh?
Nothing about you interests me except how you got in here in the first place.
Bought a ticket.
Then go on out and see the show.
I think I will. I also think I'll stick around and see Blossom after her, performance.
I wouldn't do that. If I were you, I'd see the show and get out. I don't want any trouble around here.
I don't either. And if you see Buff before the show's over, tell him I'm out front, will you?
I said I don't want any trouble.
You're in a rut. I walked down the aisle that led backstage, the course I'd already charted. Blossom's costume was less demure than her blue housecoat. There was a school of thought surrounding me that this was more effective. Near the door, I stopped a moment in silent appreciation.
Don't look at her like that.
I didn't know I was.
Don't get any more ideas about going back to her dressing room. I ain't gonna like that.
Now, look, go back to your seat. Live it up. Ballou said it was okay.
He wouldn't say that. He knows better.
All right, go tell him he knows better.
Yeah, I will. You stay here.
It was the same voice I met backstage the first time. The same pungent odor of muscatel. And before he'd lurched back up the aisle, I'd had a good look at a twisted face and a pair of watery blue eyes. Backstage, I waited for Blossom's act to conclude. It did.
In just a moment, we'll return to the second act of Philip Marlowe. But first, Love that Monday through Friday night session of Smiles. Beulah is back with Hattie McDaniel again, starring as an overgenerous, over-anxious to be wed, overweight damsel holding forth over CBS Radio. Starting this Monday night, listen for Beulah and the Henderson family in a new season of delightful day-to-day doings. Beulah joins the fall parade of stars back to CBS Radio on most of these stations beginning Monday night. Now with our star, Gerald Moore, the second act of Philip Marlowe, and tonight's story, Air for G-String.
I couldn't have been out long. About 8 bars of imagination unless I'd missed a full chorus. At some point, I was fuzzily aware of being carried sack-style somewhere, then being dropped not too gently onto a set of the noisiest springs I'd ever heard. This music lulled me for a while, and then I heard a door slam, and my head rolled off on the floor and broke.
Come on, Marlowe, you're not dead.
Is that official?
How'd you get in here, anyway?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. I hardly believe it myself.
You're not supposed to be
yeah,
back here.
I know. I've had that pointed out to me several times now. Yeah, and I didn't think I told you my name.
Your wallet was on the floor. I can read.
Oh, yeah, well, good for you. Who hit me and with what size sandbag?
I don't know.
You never know anything, do you?
Listen, Mr. Marlowe, you've been barging in all day where you're not wanted.
Why didn't you tell me Buff was a wino? Ooh! Hey, look, that's what's left of my head, huh?
I hope it hurt. I hope it hurt awful.
Well, you get your hope it did.
Hey, listen, you, I'm pretty fed up with you.
Now, just how you feel, Baloo.
I told you before.
I know what you
get...
told me. You don't want any trouble. Okay. Okay, I'm going. Now, Blossom, what about Buff?
I don't know.
Oh, never mind.
Now, don't tell me you want another ticket.
Not me, kid. I've taken the cure.
How is their moral fiber?
Like Gibraltar. You know a guy named Buff Ryan?
For free, I don't know my own mother.
You don't, huh? Mm-mm. See your point. Here. Here's mine. Memory getting any better?
It's clearing up a little.
Thought it would.
Well, when he ain't here, which he ain't right now, he's usually at Mother Morris's. That's for one.
Mother Morris's, huh?
Mm-hmm. Flophouse, 3 doors down. Or for 2, try Tilly's, 4 doors down. A saloon.
Thank you. Mother Morris couldn't help me, lovable old lush that she was. And a penetrating search of the 25-cent bed she sold revealed a lot of things. But no Buff Ryan. Tilly's downstairs next door didn't look very promising at first, but that was before I saw the twisted face with the watery blue eyes at the far end of the bar. Beside him, the unofficial dean and philosopher of Skid Row, J. Fenton Prentice. I started toward them, but a cordon of winos surrounded me before I could reach him.
That's him, Prentice. That's the one.
Yeah, Prentice, I'm the one. Will you call the brothers here off, make them breathe in another direction, and let me talk to Buff?
We're a close association here, Mr. Marlowe. Outsiders are not welcome.
Oh, come on, Prentice. You know me well enough.
Perhaps, Mr. Marlowe, but we know each other better. My associates and I. My young friend Buff here quite obviously does not wish to talk with you. We're merely respecting his wishes in our own way.
Oh, come on. Look, this is cockeyed. Maybe this isn't the place to say it, but you've inherited money, Buff. That's all I came to tell you.
Really?
Yeah? Who died?
Your Aunt Julie.
Don't let him say any more, Prentice. Don't let him get to me. I gotta get out of here.
If you gentlemen will restrain Mr. Marlowe...
Buff, you crazy fool! Listen to me. There's a lawyer here from Philadelphia to see you. He's at the Broadview. Will you, for heaven's sake, get in touch with him? Listen to me.
They will, son. They will.
The lawyer's name is Martin Oman, you idiot. Go see him. Let go of me, you stupid dolts. Yeah. Thanks, Prentice. Nothing. Buff was nowhere to be seen when I hit the street. Didn't matter. It was 3 o'clock. I delivered my message from Martin Allman. Buff could take it from there. Now, I may be wrong, but most guys like to inherit dough. Still, you can never tell with a wino. And Buff was, as they say, bona fide. Martin Allman was glad to see me. That was a nice change of pace. I told him all I knew. Didn't take long.
I'm afraid you've had quite a bad experience, Mr. Marlowe. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too.
Oh, by the way, this picture arrived. Special delivery from Philadelphia about an hour ago.
Oh?
Is this the reluctant chap you tracked down?
Let me see that. Oh, yeah, that's Buff, before Muscatel.
Well, you've done a fine job, Mr. Marlowe. I made your check out for you.
Thanks. So you're going to try to get in touch with Buff yourself?
Perhaps. Not personally, of course. You're certain that Waring Street address, the little house in back, should reach him?
Yeah. Or I suppose you could get in touch with him through Blossom at the Burlesque Theater.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've done all we can for now. Unfortunately, I've been called back to Philadelphia. I'm taking a plane out in an hour.
Well, what about Buff and the inheritance?
Well, now that I know he can be reached, we'll mail it to him. After all, we can't force it on him, now can we, Mr. Marlowe?
No. Doesn't look like we can. Yeah, well, he's all yours, Mr. Allman. Martin Allman seemed satisfied that we'd done our job. So I left wishing someone would come up to me and tell me Aunt What's-Her-Name had left me 5,000 clams. When I got back to my car, I had it all figured how I'd go home and forget what Martin had called quite a bad experience. One look inside my car told me it wasn't going to work out that way at all.
You weren't as long as I thought you'd be, Mr. Marlowe.
How'd you get here from Skid Row, Prentice? Fly?
I always taxi.
How nice for you.
After you left Tilly's, I fell to thinking, Mr. Marlowe.
Quite a fall.
It occurred to me that perhaps you were telling Buff the truth all the time.
I was. That's not important now, is it?
Oh, yes. I should say it's quite important.
Really?
You mustn't be too hard on Buff, Mr. Marlowe. He's like most men on the row. He probably has his reasons for running. Running from life, perhaps. Running from himself. Or others.
Are you trying to tell me something, Prentice?
Now, that would be presumptuous of me, Mr. Marlowe. Temper justice with mercy. That much I say to you. I tell you, Buff Ryan is running. And with reason. If his reason interests you, then I suggest you set about finding out what it is.
Well, is there any reason why I should?
No. No, there isn't, but this much I do know. He has left the row. And he is running.
I saved J. Fenton Prentice's taxi fare back to what he affectionately referred to as the row. Yeah, he wouldn't have followed me if he hadn't wanted me to know something peculiar about Buff. And yet, his odd code kept him from telling me himself. I knew that code well enough to know that it had something to do with the police. Yeah, well, like I say, I'm a curious fella.
Oh, now, Phil, is this a big-time or small-time crook, this Ryan?
He's pretty small, Sergeant Mooney, if he is one.
Aliases?
No, not that I know of.
Uh-huh. Well, we'll try Ryan just for size, huh? Buff's a crazy name.
He's a crazy guy.
Yeah, we'll have to look for it in the moniker file if we don't have it here. Hold it here. This your guy?
Where? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Let's see that, will you? Take it out of there.
Yeah.
Let's see, not much of a record. Suspect, armed robbery, charges dropped. Suspect, extortion, charges dropped.
I wonder why they bothered to take his picture.
I don't know. Aliases. Buff Ragland, Bob Rutledge, C.A. Douglas. Hello.
What?
Takes care of one question mark.
Does it?
Yeah, take my word for it, kid, it does. Let's see. Last question in connection with the slaying of Julie Leder, Philadelphia. Wait a minute. Aunt Julie, holy smoke! I knew I didn't like this Martin Allman. I didn't bother to check his record. I got the picture. No wonder Buff ran from me like the plague. Martin had suckered me into setting Buff up for the kill. Marlowe, the finger man, that's great. Well, I got back to the theater and practically nothing flat. Yanked Blossom practically off stage, shoved her into my car, and drove like mad to the little gray house behind the little gray house. Prentice said Buff had left Skid Row. If he wasn't on Waring Street, he might be anywhere, including dead. Martin was paying off a cab driver in front of the house. Blossom cued me to the alley entrance and back.
Please, God. Please don't let anything happen to him.
Don't crack now, honey. We'll make it in time. If you just let us in.
He's got to, Mr. Marlowe. He's my husband.
Okay. Take it easy, baby.
Stand away from him, Blossom, or I'll kill you, too.
No, Buff, no.
Now, listen, Buff, Martin's coming in the front. You can't waste time with us.
I don't believe you, Marlowe. You're part of the deal. Hey, what is this?
You should have listened to me, Buff! I'm sorry, Blossom. I had to. He's all right. He's just out. Now, listen, you got to answer that front door.
No.
Answer it. I'll be right behind the door. He won't do anything to you. Just let him come in.
But I'm afraid.
So am I. Come on.
How do you do? I was looking for a gentleman by the name of Buff Ryan. I'm an old friend of his. I understood he lived here.
Yes. Yes, he does.
Is he at home now?
Yes. Won't you come in?
Oh, thank you.
Marlowe, thank heaven.
Thank me. I got his gun.
Are you all right?
Never felt better. Go throw some water on your boy and get him in here. Maybe he'll talk now.
Yeah, maybe I will. Now.
Buff, darling, you're not hurt?
Not anymore, honey. I don't figure you, I guess, Marlowe. I thought you were on Martin's team.
I was at first, when I thought the business about you inheriting the $5,000 was legitimate. What's he got against you?
I saw too much once, about a year ago. I saw Martin kill Julie Leader. I was the only one who saw it. I knew he'd give me the same thing if he ever got the chance. He can't do that now, can he?
Not if you'll talk. When we get the law here.
Buff, why didn't you tell me?
Silly question, honey. Sure, Marlowe. Call the law. It'll be almost a pleasure to talk.
So much for that. Buff and Blossom are doing fine. Every once in a while, we sit in the third row and yell down in front. Yeah, he's got a good job now. And soon they'll have enough for the traditional vine-covered respectability. Oh, by the way, he's taken to wearing Brooks Brothers type suits. You know what? He looks just like a Philadelphia lawyer. How do you like that?
The Adventures of Philip Marlowe, bringing you Raymond Chandler's most famous character, starring Gerald Moore, are produced and transcribed by Norman MacDonald and written for radio by Kathleen Height. Featured in the cast were Jack Moyles as Buff Ryan, Michael Ann Barrett as Blossom, and John Stevenson as Martin Allman, with Sidney Miller as Mr. Ballou, Norman Field as J. Fenton Prentice, Grace Leonard as Gloria B., Sergeant Mooney is played by Jack Crucian. Gerald Moore may currently be seen in the Santana production, Sirocco. The special music for Philip Marlowe is composed by Pierre Garrigank and conducted by Wilbur Hatch. Be sure to listen next week at the same time when Philip Marlowe says...
This time she was lovely and I was engaged. Engaged to help a beautiful shepherd who had a flock of trouble. We found a lost sheep and something else she didn't know she lost.
This coming Monday night, keep the evening free because the Great Fall Parade of Stars and Shows back to CBS Radio will begin in earnest. Enjoy suspense moving into Monday evening, Raising the Curtain with William Holden in the leading role of a brand new spine tingler. Enjoy Lux Radio Theater's The Mudlark starring Irene Dunn and Sir Cedric Hardwicke. Enjoy The Bob Hawk Show back in business with $3,000 to start the season's Quiz Bang fun. Yes, they're all coming back to CBS Radio this Monday night. Yours on most of these same CBS stations. Today, with the country rising to meet the challenge of aggression, the Red Cross has been asked by the government to undertake tremendous tasks. By giving generously to the Red Cross, you'll help mobilize for the defense of your families, your community, and the nation. Give as much as you can today. Clarence Cassell speaking. This is the CBS Radio Network.
And now, before we go to our next feature, let's listen to a few advertisements from the past.
You're sure it's pure, and it's just as smooth?
Yes, you're sure it's pure. CV's clear, clean taste tells you that and more. From your first sip of the smooth, creamy foam that billows on top of your glass, right down to that last delicious, full-flavored drop, you'll find CV bright and sparkling, light and lively, with the rich, robust, and full-bodied flavor of a real honest-to-goodness beer. A premium quality beer. Premium quality that costs you no premium in price. Our enthusiastic friend, whose voice you just heard, has a special message for those who are not familiar with the beer with the $1 million flavor. Just listen.
Try it. Just try CV, and you'll agree there is no finer beer. You're sure it's pure, and it's just as smooth. Yes, sir, just as smooth.
Let's hear a little true life drama. The Carrolls have been married only 6 months, and,
Jack, don't you love me anymore?
Well, sure I love you. Do I have to bring you orchids every night?
No, but, well, you kissed me on the forehead.
Come on, let's go to a movie.
well, it looks as if a little breath of trouble has come between that couple. So it's clearly a case for Colgate tooth powder. Anyone can be the victim of a little breath of trouble. It happens to thousands without their knowing. Marks them down socially, brings them unhappiness. So just do this. Brush your teeth night and morning and before every date with Colgate tooth powder. For Colgate tooth powder cleans your breath as it cleans your teeth. Because scientific tests have definitely proved that in 7 cases out of 10, Colgate tooth powder instantly stops unpleasing breath that originates from the mouth. What's more, no dentifrice at any price cleans your teeth more quickly and thoroughly than Colgate tooth powder. Remember to buy it first thing, and remember the name. Colgate tooth powder. With the accent on powder.
Broadway's My Beat, from Times Square to Columbus Circle, the gaudiest, the most violent, the lonesomest mile in the world.
Broadway's My Beat, with Larry Thor as Detective Danny Clover.
The soft fall of June, and Broadway's heart beats fast. The girls press gently against currents of summer wind and wear the glimmer of morning sun on their hair, their lips scarlet, moist. On their shoulders, golden dance of light, and their perfume is of summer fields, which mixes well with Broadway's own exotic odors, sear of electricity, wash and cool and scent of air-conditioned air, steam mist drifting from manhole covers. And Broadway follows close on the heels of summer morning, turns a corner, punches the time clock, darkens the day. Time of the transients, their place of sleep, Duane Hotel for transients. Side street just off Broadway, rooms $1.50 up, weekly rates also. Place of desk gouged with the transient's mark. Place of dust on mirrors on which names and numbers have been scrawled. Place of a room where a man lies wounded, dying across in a door bed, and where Detective Dennison was, and I was.
Nothing, Danny. No baggage, suitcase, briefcase, cardboard box, nothing. Not even shaving things or a toothbrush in the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
A thing, huh, Danny? Well-dressed man. Expensively dressed. Silk shirt. Cheap hotel. Stabbed in the back with a grimy knife.
You talked to the clerk, Dennison?
Yeah.
He said what?
He said this man came in last night around 1. He said this man registered as Charlie Brown, a name which conjured up old memories for the clerk and made him request payment in advance, which this man paid. 1 day's worth, which is what the clerk said.
He was alone?
Uh-huh. Clerk said he was alone. As to visitors, clerk got drowsy around 2. Can't see with his eyes closed.
Yeah. I found this in his wallet.
Let me touch, too, huh? Must be $500 in easy dimensions. Feel real nice, don't they?
Dennison,
Yeah. Robbery's out, huh?
It looks that way. Found this in his wallet, too. A business card. Lane Incorporated. Gadgets, mechanical funnies. George Lane, owner. George Lane matches his driver's license.
A man makes mechanical funnies. Carries 5 C's pocket change. Look at it one way. There's no percentage in it. Look at it another way.
You call the ambulance, Dennison?
Clerk said he'd do it for me. Clerk said it'd be a real pleasure. So I let him. He did.
And it happened then, the siren. The trailing in of the one-noted song, the shrill tone that shatters a city's traffic and lets through a self-propelled white enameled box designed to carry newly stabbed people as comfortably as possible. And a man near death becomes suddenly an object of respect. So stand by solemnly while he's lifted up and carried away. Instructions to Dennison then, and leave. Legwork and the offices of Lanes Incorporated. Show the badge and be nodded to a chair by a young woman who tiptoes, and a few minutes later be tiptoed into an office in limed oak, and photographs of lawn sprinklers that turn themselves off, kittens that turn themselves on, and life-size baby dolls that say mama, and smoke. Be permitted a minute of amazement, and a door opens, and your back is slapped. No gadget, but a man.
And how are you? My name's Harry Webster.
Oh, fine. I'm...
Danny Clover. You gave your name to Miss Senka, remember? And Miss Senka gave it to me. How are you, Danny?
What's your position here, Mr. Webster?
You asked to see the fellow in charge, didn't you? I'm the fellow in charge.
Well, that is while George Lane is away, huh?
As soon as he comes in, I take off my suit coat and I'm a foreman.
Mr. Lane's had an accident.
Accident?
No, that's the wrong word. He was stabbed. He was found in a cheap hotel with a knife.
The Lane that owns this place is George Lane, Mr. Clover. Quite a wealthy man, a man who doesn't stint on anything his heart desires, so you see...
Anyhow, we want you to go to police emergency hospital and make identification for us.
You just stick around. Mr. Lane will be in. You boys have got the wrong man.
Well, let's just go on the assumption we haven't.
If we do that, I don't know what to say. Nothing comes.
I'll help you. Who would want to stab him?
Stab George? I know who'd admire him, everybody. I know who'd respect him, everybody. And everyone would have a good word for him, but stab him? Stab him?
When was the last time you saw him?
Last night?
Oh?
He was to my house for dinner. We gave him a little dinner party. Me, my wife, my kid. Celebration. I've been working here 20 years, so I have...
How did Mr. Lane act last night?
Oh...
Well, that means what?
I went under the table about 11. My wife put me to bed. Look... I got an idea.
What?
I'll call my wife and tell her you're on the way over. You want to know how George was last night? Don't ask me. At 11 o'clock, I heard the clock strike 11 o'clock, and I felt myself sliding
Just
under.
write down your address for me, huh, Mr. Webster?
You're Mr. Clover?
Yes.
Well, I've been waiting for your step ever since Harry called. Just minutes ago, a man walked through the hall, and I opened the door and asked him if it was you, and he just grinned and winked. I was very embarrassed.
May we go inside, Mrs. Webster?
Oh, yes. Please come inside. Dear, I tried to straighten up the place in the short time since Harry called, and myself, too. Harry should have had sense enough to ask you to wait around just a little while, so
It doesn't matter, Mrs. Webster.
Oh, no, I don't suppose it does it? George hurt and wounded, dying like some lonely animal.
Mrs. Webster...
Now, don't you play games with me, do you hear? No games. Because Harry told me all about it on the phone, and I'll match what you said to Harry and what you say to me and what Harry said, because he told
Mrs.
me...
Webster...
And Harry doesn't lie. He never fibs. Now, that's one thing you can say about my husband, Harry.
You through, Mrs. Webster?
Well, I'm upset. I tell you that so you know I'm just terribly, terribly upset.
Because of what's happened to Lane?
But George is dying, isn't he?
We don't know yet. We're doing all we...
And all you can do or want to do or dream of doing for George Lane won't be enough.
Oh?
Yes. Oh, George is an attractive man and strong, a wonderful man, a man with a sense of humor, too. So funny. So very funny. You should have heard the funny things he said when Harry passed out last night at his own party. His own party for his boss, George Lane. 20 years of faithful, devoted service, and Harry gives the party. And Harry Webster passes out at 11 o'clock. Oh, George did such a funny thing.
What did he do, Mrs. Webster?
Well, when Harry just sort of oozed down under the table, George did a magic trick with the tablecloth, just yanked it out from under everything and draped it over Harry and planted a stalk of celery in Harry's hand. Isn't that funny? Isn't that very funny?
No, not very.
Well, I thought it was funny. Even Sylvia finally laughed.
Sylvia?
Sylvia, my daughter. Even she had to laugh finally, the way her father looked. And the funny dance George did around.
Then your daughter was at the celebration, too.
And what's more, George offered to take her home, and she accepted, and I was very proud, I can tell you. I even tried to wake Harry to tell him his own daughter was being taken home, but... Oh, but Harry was dead to the world. I had to drag him bodily.
And your daughter has a place of her own.
And a job of her own. The 58th Street record shop. My daughter's very independent, and... Oh, but... If George took her home, and it was last night that George was...
Thank you, Mrs. Webster.
Hey, bellboy.
I'm sorry, sir. We prefer you're not taking that briefcase into the listening booth with you and all those records. Thank you.
Hey, bellboy.
Now, you, sir.
Is your name Sylvia Webster?
That's right. I'm Miss Webster.
Oh, I'm Danny Clover, police.
That's all right.
I'd like to ask you a few questions, Miss Webster.
That's all right, too.
Earlier this morning, George Lane was found with a knife in his back.
Just a minute. Now, you were saying that George Lane was found stabbed, and you want to ask me some questions. Isn't that right?
Did you stab him?
That'd be foolish, wouldn't it? Stab a man, get yourself in a mess. Just when Mr. Sussman gave me a raise last week?
May I ask how old you are, Miss Webster?
20. I look older, don't I? I've suffered. All the books I read, girls 20 years old suffer, so like them, it's been a constant battle to keep my face from wrinkling.
Why don't you live with your parents?
In the books, Mr. Clover, the books, all girls 20 years old rebel. They go off and live by themselves. Their mothers weep, daddies fold their arms and look off into space and think, what kind of ingrate have I reared? A 20-year-old girl who wants to live alone.
Mr. Lane took you home last night, didn't he?
I was flattered.
Did you find him attractive, Miss Webster?
I can only assume, Mr. Clover, that since you asked the question under these circumstances, you've only seen the old boy when he'd been stabbed. You ought to see him without a knife in him.
Was there anything...
Mr. Lane took me home, handed me up the stoop, held a lighted match near my purse while I located my key, opened the door for me, and made a wish.
And?
It didn't come true. I closed the door in back of me and left him to face the bitter night alone. Mind if I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Is Mr. Lane dead?
No. Would you like to see him?
I'd love to. But Mr. Sussman left me in charge for the entire day. Think of it. My first day in charge. What an opportunity for a 20-year-old. Just tell him hello, huh? Thanks.
Danny?
Dr. Sinsky? How is...
I took a moment outside Mr. Lane's room, Danny, to grab a smoke. I didn't wish to...
Didn't wish to what, Dr. Sinsky?
To intrude on the grief of his visitors. I did everything I know, Danny, but...
Visitors? Who?
A Mr. and Mrs. Harry Webster. I told the desk they were old friends. Mr. Webster said you had
Let's
wished
go
to...
in, huh?
Clover.
Yes, Mr. Webster?
That's George, all right. That man there in the bed. George Lane. Man I worked for 20 years. A man... My wife's crying because...
Danny?
A man we've admired, respected. A man...
Just a minute, Mr. Webster. What is it, Dr. Sinsky?
Mr. Lane is dead, Danny.
That was a remarkable man. A truly remarkable man. The man I never was. The man I would have given anything to be. All the things I'm not.
Don't do that, Harry. Because you're right. You're just so right. A wonderful, wonderful man is dead.
You are listening to Broadway's My Beat, written by Morton Fine and David Friedkin, and starring Larry Thor as Detective Danny Clover. Tomorrow night, where you will be expecting your date with Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective, listen for a special program starring Dick Powell and Amos and Andy. Hear the dramatic feature titled The Iron Mortar, describing 4 generations of progress in the drug field. This Sunday night on most of these same CBS radio stations.
In the sunlight of a new morning in June, Broadway leans against a subway exit before going to work and makes the last memory about the long night past. There was the bottle of beer in the corner bar and the reflection of the girl in mirror and how she accepted the light you offered her and not your friendship, and the wilted salad and the siren songs of the disc jockeys and spasms of sleep and fragments of dreams when you were skimming the lagoons of Manakura, and later when your brow was being stroked in a South Sea Island way. And the best dream of all, the one you had been trying to remember for months, shattered again by the alarm clock, lost again, because it's a new morning again. And for me, the new morning was police headquarters and Sergeant Gino Tartaglio.
Danny?
Come on in, Gino. Oh, what's up?
Go ahead. Be bright and sunny.
Oh, trouble this morning, Gino?
June is the cruelest month. You know who said that? Mrs. Tartaglia. She can't sleep on June nights.
Gino.
So she keeps me awake. She keeps telling me she hears music.
Gino, please.
And I have always been very proud of my hearing, Danny. I hear no music. She keeps nudging me and says, "You hear that? You hear that? Violins."
So help me, Gino.
Once I think I heard a trumpet blow, but I wasn't sure, so I went back to sleep. But that was last month. But what am I bothering you with? Let's get down to things at hand, shall we?
If you please.
Rundown on results of legwork by the good Detective Dennison. The deceased George Lane was known as a big man with the maidens. Some people who knew best described Mr. Lane as dynamic and, let's see, powerful. Also, at one juncture in his life, he was all but snagged.
Snagged?
He was once engaged to be married to a Mady Carson. Detective Dennison has jotted down her address, which I give you now.
Thanks.
So, what do you think, Danny?
About what?
About Mrs. D. About she can't sleep at night in June. Just wait till July, huh?
Yes?
Miss Carson, Mady Carson?
That's right.
I'm from the police.
You people must be very thorough. I didn't realize.
That's right, Miss Carson.
And you found a wounded man who then died, and because of that you scraped through files and things, and you discovered I was once to marry that man. Mady Carson and with George Lane.
That's right.
Well, then do come in. Somewhere in all that mess of magazines and newspapers, there must be a place to sit.
Thanks.
You know why the mess?
Well, Miss Carson...
In all those magazines, all of them, there are ads for relief organizations who have children on the market for adoption.
Look,
And I've been shopping, browsing, so to speak, and I discover French children are very polite and still, and little Italian boys are nice, too, as are the Greek children and the Polish. I tell you,
What?
So many to choose from, it's very difficult for a girl to make up her mind.
That's how Lane's death hits you, Miss Carson?
Oh, no. When it hit me like that was when George Lane would not marry with me.
Why not?
Why not? Why not? Why not? You know anything about George? Other than he's dead, of course?
A few things.
You know he was a powerhouse? A veritable powerhouse. A sweeper of girls off their old patterns. A challenge to men. All things his opponent. Men, women, things. And George always won. And to the losers, the spoils.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about a bar where once 3 years ago a girl sat waiting for her fiancé, and George Lane, distinguished, gray, bulky, and harmless, introduced himself. Bought said girl a drink. Invited said girl for a little jaunt in his sports car. Said girl, me. Finis, the end.
Then he wanted to marry you.
I wanted. And I talked it over with my fiancé, and he said could he compete with a man like George? Why, once at Coney we were all together, the three of us, and...
And what?
Well, simply that George out-pitched, out-hammered, out-coastered, out-photographed my fiancé. So, fiancé said, go marry the man, and I said, please, George. And George humored me, bought the license, tore it up a week later. And so...
Go on.
So I went back to my boyfriend and said, Paul, forgive, forgive, forgive. Paul didn't. Can't imagine why.
Paul
Tyson. He has a home and everything on 23rd Street. Home and everything. I've been watching.
One more question. You killed George Lane?
No. Look, you get around. You ever run across a nice orphan in the market for a mom? You tell him about me, I'm nice. I'm kind. Uh-huh. That's what I am.
Goodbye, Miss Carson.
Uh-huh. Bye.
I've got no regrets, Mr. Clover. Nice wife, nice kids, nice view here from the office window. You notice the view?
Yes, I did, Mr. Tyson. Now, if you'll...
Sure. I would have married Matey. Before George Lane came along, that is. A matter of pride after that.
What do you mean?
She threw me over for him. Then Lane whirled her around a few times and pointed her back to me. Pride. I told her to go away.
You want to tell me about George Lane?
A very strong man. A very great hand wrestler. After what he did to me in front of Matey, I went out and married a woman taller than I am, and all my children are small for their age. There's a very psychological novel in there someplace.
Did you kill George Lane?
He scared me to death. That's a motive, isn't it? No, I didn't kill him.
And you mean what you said, Mr. Tyson, about no regrets?
Why do you ask?
Well, maybe just clutching a straw now that you're married, and nostalgia for Matey, and the reason you didn't marry her, motive.
Nothing like that, Mr. Clover. Nothing's left of what I once felt for Matey. When she came back from George Lane, she wasn't Matey anymore.
Oh?
She was suddenly a sad woman, no more spirit. She even started to wear gray dresses with high linen collars. Tough about her. Didn't matter to me. I've got a wife and all the kids I want, and I'm very happy. I'm too happy to murder anybody, Mr. Clover. Know what I mean?
And hit the street again. An early afternoon of summer, riot of summer, and quiet places of summer. Side street of hurdy-gurdy man. And the June dance of a wise little monkey. Red cap, little bells, and a very special routine for lady watchers. And a quarter in the cup, and a pat on the skull from a lady watcher, bare-legged and sandaled. Watch it for a while longer. Walk away from it, toward river. And consider a crisscross of lives. George Lane's with Matey Carson. George Lane's with Paul Tyson. George Lane's with Mr. and Mrs. Harry Webster, and with their daughter. George Lane, murdered man, who made small dyings for people he touched. The summer river for a while, then back to it, because there's nowhere else. The job, headquarters. In your office, a woman waiting for you. Hello, Mrs. Webster. You wanted to see me about something?
Yes. About my husband. About Harry.
What about him?
About Harry and George.
Well...
They'd known each other a long time. 20 years.
Go on.
From the time I had my daughter Sylvia. All the time she was growing up.
Mrs. Webster...
Please.
All right.
When Sylvia was a child, George Lane was a better father to her, actually, than Harry ever was.
What are you getting at, Mrs. Webster?
Please. George brought her things Harry never dreamed a little girl would love. He read to her, played with her, brought a look to the child's face Harry had never seen and could never understand why.
You're trying to tell me...
And with me, George danced well and laughed well and made up naughty little sayings and then...
Then what?
Sylvia's grown up now, and George noticed it. Why, the way he offered to take her home the other night, and... What I've come to tell you, Mr. Clover.
What?
I think my husband, Harry, killed George Lane. If he did, he should suffer for it. Isn't that right? Doesn't an evil deed deserve...
Where's your husband now?
With my daughter. Her apartment on West 12th.
That's all, Mrs. Webster.
Now, you won't tell him that I don't care. Tell him if you want.
Oh, what do you want?
I'd like to talk with you, Miss Webster.
Okay. Well,
Can we go inside?
I'm a busy little girl tonight. I've got company.
Your father won't mind.
Oh, you know he's here, huh? Okay, come on in. Pop?
Hi there, Clover.
Good evening, Mr. Webster.
We went gambling, Mr. Clover. Just a little father-daughter gin game. Loser runs down to the corner and buys a quart of ice cream. Grab a chair. We'll make it three-handed.
Mr. Clover says he came here to talk.
Oh, that's fine.
To me, Pop.
Oh, like that, huh?
It's like what, Mr. Clover?
I'd better go.
That's all right, Mr. Webster. Stay. I want to talk to both of you.
Hey, now, you
Your wife thinks you might have killed George Lane.
Yeah. Yes, I figured she would.
Did you?
I told you he was a man I respected more
Oh,
than...
cut it out,
Well,
Pop.
it's true.
Is it?
Sure, I told you.
But you still haven't told me the answer to the question, Mr. Webster.
I didn't kill him.
That only leaves your daughter.
The heat must have got
Then
to
who else would you say it leaves, Miss Webster?
Pop,
The heat really got to him, didn't it?
why don't you level, Pop?
Huh?
About George. What you really thought of him. Listen, why don't you tell Mr. Clover how you hated George?
I've already found out some things about him.
Like what?
That he was a dominating man.
That he destroyed everything he touched. Did you find that out?
How did you feel about him, Miss Webster?
Look.
Yes?
I hated him. All my life. He made me feel small, unimportant. He paid my wages, and when he felt like it, he took over my family.
You know he took your daughter home after your party?
Look, you didn't let me finish.
Don't get crazy.
Well, he didn't let me finish, and I want to finish. I went to his hotel, and I killed him.
See what's become of my father, Mr. Clover. He's become ridiculous. Pop.
It's the truth, Sylvia.
You know what kind of a hotel George was killed in?
Sylvia.
The cheapest joint he could find, not his hotel.
Sylvia.
Where he wanted me to meet him.
Shut up.
Where I met him. Where I killed him. You know why? You know why, Mr. Clover. Like everybody else, I fell flat on my face for him. 20 years he was building me up to being alone with him.
Please, Sylvia, you just shut up.
Instead of going home, he said he had a place he wanted to show me. I would have gone any place with him. Worshipped him, Pop. He took me to that place. I stretched out my arms to him. And all he did was laugh at me and started to walk out. Destroyed me. And that's all he wanted.
Sylvia.
I'm sorry.
No. Listen to me. I'm glad you did it.
Yeah.
But I should have done it.
You couldn't. You didn't have the strength. He destroyed you long ago.
It's the journey to the end of all the other streets in the world, Broadway. You turn a corner and you're there. Walk it slowly. Lean your heart against it. Shop for the kicks, the bargains, the heartbreak, until all explodes in your face. It's Broadway, the gaudiest, the most violent, the lonesomest mile in the world. Broadway, my beat.
Broadway's My Beat stars Larry Thor as Detective Danny Clover, with Charles Calvert as Tartaglia and Jack Crucian as Muggavan. The program is produced and directed by Elliott Lewis, with musical score composed and conducted by Alexander Courage. In tonight's story, Barbara Eiler was heard as Sylvia, and Herb Butterfield as Harry. Featured in the cast were Paula Winslow, Irene Tedrow, James McCallion, and Lou Merrill. Bill Anders speaking. This coming Monday night, where CBS Radio has been bringing you its production of Suspense, listen for the new mystery series called Crime Classics. This Monday on Crime Classics, you will hear a report on the crime of Bathsheba Spooner, the complete story of the first woman tried for murder in the United States. Crime Classics premiere performance this Monday on most of these same CBS radio stations. And remember, for thrilling dramas of escape, listen Sunday nights to the CBS Radio Network.
You have been listening to the Radio Theater Channel Weekly Download. Check out our continuous stream at www.otrlisten.com. And join us next week for another Radio Theater Channel Weekly Download.